Hello and welcome to another Thoughts at the Pottery Wheel. So for this particular session, I was doing both trimming and throwing, trying to make sure that I had enough bump cups for the different stores that I've gotten into recently. And so I had a lot of time to sit and think, and I had recently watched a video by Jazza, who is another creative. I'll make sure to tag him below. And he recently posted a video about doing things for money versus doing art and creative endeavors just for yourself. And I have to say that particular idea has really been on my mind lately too. I run into the problem of all of my basic cups and my basic glazes and doing the bump cups and the mugs and stuff that are kind of more simpler designs. Those are the things that sell, right? As where the things I really enjoy doing, like the raku and throwing plates and stuff like that, those are really what I enjoy doing. Those are kind of passion projects for me, but they don't really bring in the money. And I have to say it has kind of been a struggle to go from, how do I keep making the things that I want to make, but still have enough money to keep the business running. And so along those lines, I often get lost, especially as I get going and things get warmer and I start making more pottery. I get lost with what should I make next? I need to restock this store. I need to make more bump cups. I should make some more of these because they're selling so well. I need, and it really just becomes how can I make what I need to make to keep the business running, right? And I find myself forgetting all of the things I wanted to try, the new techniques I wanted to do, the special projects I've been working on. Like, if it weren't for my Patreon, I honestly wouldn't really have time to do any of the special things that I want to try. Like, I've been doing kintsugi, and the only reason why the kintsugi is getting done is because my patrons are excited about seeing the next part of the process, and because I've kind of made it part of my business and bringing me income in a way. So I'm doing it, right? And it's just so frustrating to have all of these like sculptures and these big pieces, or these pieces where I'm throwing multiple on the wheel and then putting them together. Like having all of these visions of things I want to try and things I want to do, and not having the time or the capacity really to be able to make them. And I guess maybe that's kind of part of the reason why I've looked into writing books and doing things that way, because there's less, it's more of a passive income. Like, it's not entirely passive, right? But I don't have to physically make the books, and I can get, income for my business that way, which, once I get going and make more books and stuff, I'm hoping that it'll leave me more time to create. But I also find myself feeling that I can't wait. I can't just, once the business gets this far, once I end up getting this much income, or once I have this many books out that are, helping the business keep going, then I'll be able to do my projects. Then I'll be able to do these things. I'm really kind of tired of waiting. I'm tired of trying to fit it in. I'm tired of not being able to do all those things that I had visions of doing, and me having to convince myself to make it part of my business in order for it to get done. And so it kind of makes me laugh when I think back to when I actually started Stories in Stoneware. And the reason why I started Stories in Stoneware, it was just for the love of making pottery and making art and being able to, run a business off of it. And that was kind of the whole point. And yet I can't really do any of that, or I guess I'm not doing any of that. Not that I couldn't, but I find myself just more and more and more just following into the routines of making what sells and not really spending the time to do the things that I love. I mean, I do like throwing and stuff, but I think my favorite part of working in pottery is, sgraffito, and I could spend hours doing sgraffito, or doing raku. Like, I love raku firing, and I, hardly ever have the time to pull out my kiln and do that. And so I guess the point that I'm trying to make, and the reason why I'm even having this conversation and thinking these thoughts at the Pottery Wheel, is that I want to make a bigger effort. I want to try to be better about setting time aside to make those special projects. And so I've decided that one of the ways I can kind of convince myself to make time to do the things that I love doing and make more time for those special projects is to start another series on YouTube. And so I plan on having videos where I can do what I love to do and show you the process and try all those special projects that I've been wanting to do but haven't had the time. And I'm hoping that this will not only remind me and help me to try all those special techniques and projects and things I've been wanting to do, but then to also inspire others to just take the time to make the thing. Just make it.